Hey there, this is Crimp the Streamer, getting rid of this PoE video because it was not meant to be. We're going back to a Civilization VII series. I might come back and continue the Han game that I was playing, but I've gotten a lot better at the game. I wouldn't say that I'm like really good yet, but I kind of understand how it works a little bit better. And because of that, I want to play another game other than that Han one. Because I want to talk about some of the stuff that that's important at the start of the game. Because that seems to me like it's more important to do now that I've gotten the hang of it. I'm trying to decide which. I guess Tecumseh is kind of the strongest. I'm going to start with some Mentos. You unlock these as you play, so I didn't know about them when I first started playing the game, so I don't know which ones you start like at the base level with. But the ones I like Imago Mundi, that lets you scout, like it makes your super scout even better. And then what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to start with an expansionist attribute point. What that allows us to do is it allows us to get our first settler at 25%. I think it's 25% bonus production towards settlers. We'll check that out in a second. The thing I like about Tecumseh here is that we get the +1 food, +1 production per age and settlements for every city-state. So that means the city-states that we befriend. So influence is going to be important to us to make as many friends as possible. Gives us a little tiny production and food bonus. We've also got a combat strength bonus for all the people we're friends with. And then I guess this is an additional, or I guess next level. Oh, I see. This is a building, I think, that we can make eventually, or is it a terrain improvement? I'm not sure. We're gonna go for that. We'll go ahead and use these are like geographical specials. And they basically recommend one to you. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get one that has a happiness bonus to it. And that's probably the Maria here. Maya get one, they get a happiness and science bonus. But I think the one that I want is this, because then we get we get a happiness bonus that gets adjacency for mountains and wonders, and then we've got one here that has adjacency for quarters and wonders. And my setup here is I want to get bonus happiness because basically every time you found a city on fresh water, you get +5 happiness in that city. And what that basically kind of means is that happiness really is only super important up until the point where you go over your city cap, because a city that you found after that takes a -5 penalty to its happiness. So assuming that you settle on fresh water and that you build your happiness buildings, you should very easily be able to not go negative on happiness, and then also if you're staying relatively up on happiness, then you get to spread to more places. Spreading to more places means you have more city, you get more resources, you get more territory. It's just that's the thing that you do in Civilization that makes you do better. Happiness will also govern how many specialists you can get in the city. Each specialist usually runs you about 2 happiness. You can get some technologies that will make that cheaper, but base game without doing anything, you can think of each of your cities being able to sort of support 3 specialists, just based on the fact that you settled them on freshwater. It's technically 2.5, but whatever. And then as long as you can manage peace with other people and not get yourself into long, drawn-out wars, you can reasonably expect your happiness to stay pretty stable, and if your happiness stays pretty stable, that means you can probably float about 2 to 3 cities above your settlement limit. So that's what we're basically going to be trying to do this time. It's basically a little bit of theory crafting to see if that actually works.
The path to glory requires the guidance of a steady hand.
Notice here that this
Can Maurya,
unique settler,
hardy as the Himalayas,
it looks
become
like it
the
gives
stewards of the world?
+2 happiness on our city hall. So I'm curious about that. I'm curious about when we make this Nagarika, if we're actually going to be able to start cities with 7 happiness if we found them on fresh water. That could be a big deal if we combine that with this and this. That really could mean that we're able to really hyper settle a little bit more than we would normally do. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to try to leverage powerful early scouting with an increased ability to try and get out there and settle quickly and just grab up all the territory that we can. We are on a lower difficulty. I put it 1 up above what it starts at as a default. So I would say that that's probably something akin to maybe Prince, for those of you that have played previous games. It's not quite King, I don't think. It's definitely not Emperor. But it's somewhere between Prince and King, I think is where it would be. Alright, we don't need this. So let's look at our little starting area here. Okay, so the game has put us on a coastal tile that is not freshwater, and it wants us to settle here. I'm going to go ahead and disregard that, and I'm going to come all the way up to this tile. And then I'm going to talk about why I like this tile. First off, it's freshwater. The other reasons I like it, though, is we've got some kaolin right here. This is a resource that's a food resource that's better in your second city. And a lot of the ways these resources get typed. Let me show you. Can I do it yet? I think I actually have to. If I close this down. No. So there's a point where you can hover and get a tooltip for this. I'm going to go ahead and talk about it once I can do that. It doesn't let you do it for some reason in the first turn. It's very weird. There we go. So +2 food to the capital, +4 food to any other city. So that's only a city bonus. And then this here, +2 food, +2 production. So this is going to be our priority, to get this cotton. We made our first settler or scout. I'm going to check here. We're near the top of the map. No, we're not near the top of the map. We're near the bottom of the map. See, the cursor disappears. So other than the fact that we're actually here, this basically what I'm doing this for is it's going to tell us where we should scout. We should scout north, probably northeast and northwest. That should be our priority. So I'm going to go ahead and make a second scout, but first I'm going to go ahead and use my super explorer first. And I might, yeah, I'm going to do that first. The reason I do that is because we took that super explorer memento. That's actually a couple of really cool reasons to do this. One of them is we discovered that we don't need to send a scout off to the west or the south. So we only really kind of need 2 scouts in this build. And what we're going to do is we're going to prioritize getting these encampments and things. And this just solidifies for me that we should be able to get this job done with just 2 scouts. Sometimes you might even want to go all the way up to 3 scouts at the beginning of the game, but because we're at the corner of our little continent here, there's no point in getting a 3rd scout, I don't think. So early game decisions, other than where to settle. Note here we do get our 5 happiness. That wasn't a special settler, so I don't think we get that extra bonus 2 that it was talking about in our thing. I'm going to go ahead and assign our attribute points. Don't forget to do this. It's less important for the expansionist one because it only counts whenever you start building your settler, plus 25% to settlers. So that means for every 4 production we get a bonus hammer. That'll just help us crank out our settlers a little bit faster. And then one thing about this, we can't build a settler right now. You can't build your first settler until you're size 5. So, in the early part of a game of Civilization 7, food is at a priority when you're not size 5. Anything after size 5, I'd say you want to focus on doing hammers more than anything else. But before that, food is pretty doggone good. So there's trickiness to how this game works. Let's look at the resources again. Yeah, so our resources. So basically, right now, each tile is worth a very small amount of stuff. When you discover new technologies, these tiles will get better, and also when you grow your city outwards, those tiles will get better. So, for instance, when I grow this first city to the cotton, I'm gonna get this food and this gold. I'm also gonna get the +2 food, +2 production from the cotton resource. But then what else is gonna happen is when I grow this city out, it's gonna build an improvement onto that tile. And what that improvement is will dictate what additional yields will come to that tile. So if I were to get pottery, I believe this is going to be a plantation whenever I spread to it. So I'm going to prioritize pottery first, because when I get the technology for pottery, I will get +1 food on my plantations. It's right there in the tooltip. And then we also get +1 production on clay pits. If you ever start in an area that has a lot of forests, kind of like we do, then that might be a good reason to go for husbandry first, because when you grow to those tiles that have the forests on them, and you gain the husbandry tech, the second thing, or the third thing here is +1 production on camps and woodcutters. Then we also get +1 food on pastures. So that's gonna affect our horses. That's gonna affect like sheep. It's gonna affect any livestock that we find. I'm not sure if it affects the camels here, but we can find out at some point. Actually, we won't find out with this city. But looking at our current settler lens, we have 2 great spots for cities nearby. So we know we're going to at least be settling 2 cities, and that's nice because our settlement cap is 3 right now. So we're definitely going to be making that a priority as soon as we can. We've already got this guy going out to the encampment. We'll make our second settler and send it out to this cairn, or cave. And we're not going to rush doing a granary, because that sometimes you can start the game and you'll be able to do like a +3 granary really early. That might be one of the times when I would consider doing a granary. But for that 1 food, especially since we only need food again, and like as a priority until we hit size 5, then the gains for food really start to drop off. You can still kind of go for them to help try to boost adjacency and a boost overall production of tiles and stuff. But I'd say that the food bonus stuff is kind of like you get it when it's coming to you and you're glad to have it, but you don't really prioritize it. So we're going for our cotton first. So what that's going to do is it's going to give us our resource screen here, and then joy of joys, we got +2 food, +2 production from this cotton. So we got the yields that were already on the tile, 1 food and 1 gold, plus 2 more food and 2 more production. That's a huge thing. If you can start next to something like a cotton or a sheep or something like that, that's just a huge game. We're also going to be really excited about adding this Cowleen. It's only going to give us +2 food, but again, we're not size 5 yet, so getting that online quickly is going to be really good for us. Going to help us build to that 5th size quicker. It's going to help us push out those first 2 settlers a lot quicker. And hopefully, as we explore here, we'll find some other areas. Because again, we're basically going to try to overexpand a little bit by 2 to 3 cities, just to see if all of our happiness bonuses will actually defray the negatives that we get from oversettling. So I'm going to just send this guy straight on over to that other cave. We're up to size 3. We're going to get this Cowleen. That's going to actually give us 5 food, because we're getting the Kowlin, plus the fact that there's a tile that gives us 3 food already. So now we've got 13 food in Pataliputra. It's going to grow that much faster. This might be a good time to do a granary too. Again, what I said about it before was that it falls off really quickly. But one of the cool things we can do here, and why I'm going to go ahead and do this, is you can basically kind of... Oh, no, you can't. I was going to try to population bounce it. But I guess if you built a... Yeah, if you build a thing on... If you build a thing on a resource, then you can't population bounce. That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. So what we're actually going to do here is we're just going to make a warrior. Because I don't think that granary is that important. Gypsum's a great resource. This is a really good start too. I like this start much better than my Han start. We're going to go ahead and get the production. This is basically, let's look at our city here. That's 2 turns of production that we're going to get by choosing the production thing. So two turns faster on our warrior. That's 2 turns faster to doing something more useful than a warrior, or just making another warrior. You do need probably, I'd say, at least 3 to 5
are made of clay.
Military units early in the game, just to have stuff available to deal with the bad guys. I'm going to do something different this time. Usually I go science, but I'm going to try going economic advisor. The reason I want to go economic advisor is because I know I want to expand like crazy. Which means gold is going to be really important, and ways that I can get gold faster are going to be really important too. Because all of your cities, all of your towns, that is, they start as just little gold producers. You use that gold to turn them into towns, or cities rather, and then they become production powerhouses. So if I can speed up that process by going hard economy, then I'm going to do that. So you're almost always going to want to go animal husbandry next, because then it's going to turn your woods into better tiles, and it's going to turn your other little farms and things that you've started to build into better tiles. Now we've got our production building. That's going to be great. We're going to do that. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to put it right here, because we're going to get some adjacency, I think, from these 2 tiles. Okay, so here I'm going to... Mountains are going to block a super scout in this direction, but I still really want to know what's over here, so I'm going to go ahead and do a super scout, a search. We found an independent village. Oh, this is great that it's an economic independent village, because we want those to be our friends. Remember we get some bonuses from having friends. We get some food and production bonuses, and then this one will actually just be really nice to be a friend with, because it's going to help us with our whole plan to make lots of cities. Here's another great spot for a city. So in this game, it's less important to settle your cities closer. I know that's going to be weird, because in 6 it was like you wanted to settle them as close as possible. In this game, I think you actually want to spread out. So we'll settle here, and then we might go here or here instead of right here, because this feels like it's a little too close. We gain some influence. That's going to be great, because we need to get up to 170 to defend this independent, and that's going to be our priority. Like, so much so that if we meet another player right now, I'm not even going to spend influence to try and make them friends with us. I am going to send this guy up there. We might get into some fights with some of the military units over there, and the idea is to have a commander. You don't really want to get in fights with your military units early in the game, because you don't really get anything for it. But once you have a commander, anytime he's seeing those combats, he'll be going up in experience, and that's going to be a good thing. We're going to get plus 30 science and 20 food. That should be enough to grow us almost. Yep, that's enough to grow us. And now, I guess we're probably wanting to go to a resource next. can. So I'm going to put this here. Now it's only going to give us 1 food right now, but as soon as animal husbandry completes, that'll actually give us the production. So I could throw this granary down right here, and it'll allow us to immediately make another production, or another row tile. This might be something that they fix later, but it's a great way to kind of cheat and expand out your city. I think it's gonna work. Maybe I'll try it again in just a second. I'll move this scout and then let's see. I probably just moved that in a bad spot. So maybe because I didn't put it in the top of the queue. Yeah, okay, when you put that granary in the top of the queue, it'll allow you to grow your city. So now I'm gonna stick, I can't go here, but I can get the horse, so no, I can't get the horse. Oh, interesting. That didn't, I guess I would have to finish the, thing first. Well then in that case, I'm gonna grab this tile just for the yields and the extra happiness. And then I'll go ahead and put the production building back on top. And I wonder if we can just clear out the granary. Interesting. Alright, so you've got special, unique to your culture abilities. You've got mysticism and discipline. Mysticism is pretty important to get. Mysticism, I'd say, is probably the first thing you want, and then discipline. Mysticism because it allows you to build your altar, which is a big deal. Gets you your pantheon, your first pantheon quicker when you have your mysticism sorted. And then also discipline. If you start with that bad guys nearby, discipline's good because it gets you your first commander for free. What do we think is most important right now? Probably gonna go with oligarchy. It's gonna just increase our food bonus a little bit, and it's gonna make us build these first few buildings quicker. Culture is huge early game, so I'm gonna grab this. This is gonna help us get our mysticism a bit quicker. Make it shaved 1 turn off. Good, we didn't get attacked. That's nice, actually. So we're sending this guy out there to project or send our power projection out to make sure that we can build this city. The city here is going to be really good because all these little ugly spots are going to be production hubs. Basically, they're going to be places that are going to be clay pits, saw pits, all sorts of stuff that'll help us out. We've got a good area over here too for production. So we've got a very good area. It's going to be great to expand to all these places if we can hurry and get there. We're almost to size 5, so we'll probably go ahead and make a settler as soon as we get our brickyard finished. I'm going to do the super scout's not going to be very good right here. I'm going to try to get like over here maybe, because these mountains are going to block our sight. This is going to be a great spot, though, for us to do a super scout for this
The
scout.
land is always stalking people.
We found a nice
The land makes people live right. The land looks after us.
I don't know how to pronounce
The
that.
land looks after people.
What even is that? Lovely little plateau, though. It's a good food and culture wonder. That's really nice. Hey, how you doing?
Good. I love you.
I love you too, kid. Did you drink your tea? Alright, we'll go ahead and super scout here just because we can actually see through this area now. And look, there's a cairn up here too. And there's also another cave. Yeah, that was a really lame super scout. Alright, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and just auto send this guy up here. And then We didn't find anything special over here. But I'm going to try to bring this guy back this way so we can fill in. I hate when there's little gaps in my scouting pattern. It means that sometimes I scout less efficiently, but I hate so much that there will be a little gap here. So 5 is our magic number.
The caged bird.
C. I'm going to go ahead and have a look. Yeah, we can make our Nagarika now. We couldn't make it before. I'm going to go ahead and queue it up, because I don't think we're going to make the saw pit before we make our settler. And then I'm really curious about when that unit makes its city, if the town counts as a city hall. I don't think it does. I think it's only once it turns into an actual city that it's going to, you know, be technically a city hall. I'm going to go ahead and grab the horses here. That'll be good later. It'll be better later. Oh wait, why can't I grab the horses? Oh, it's because this granary is not finished yet. So that's one downside to doing the pop bounce that I did. But instead, I guess what we can do is come here. Yeah, we don't care about purchasing units yet. Although that is extra gold. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there for the extra gold. Gold's going to factor pretty important into our plans. So then masonry is really important because it gives you +1 production on all the little production things that you make. And then masonry 2 is really important too for the same reason. It's just a great way to get some early extra hammers that doesn't actually like cost you anything other than your research, which you're doing passively as you go, kind of anyway. So we'll finish our brickyard, and that'll give us the ability to power out a settler, ideally. Ooh, there's a scientific city-state. Less critical. I used to think they were really important, but they're just not. They only give you a small amount of science when you make friends with them. We're definitely going for this economic city-state as soon as possible. Alright, we got our brickyard in. We can go ahead and start befriending these people. It's going to take some time, but they'll be friends with us. We'll get a bonus. We'll become suzerain. They'll give us another gift. And once we're full suzerain, we'll get the extra bonus that we want as Tecumseh. I'm going to go ahead and attack this scout. I don't know if they start sending bad things at you if you just let them be. But that's the way it used to run in older versions of Civ. Did somebody grab this? Somebody grabbed this. So that's not good. Somebody's nearby. So now we're going to switch over to try and get this cave before anybody else gets it. I can do a super scout right here, reveal everything. Somebody got this one. Okay, so now we're basically just with these scouts just trying to get as much territory scouted as possible. We've got good cities up here as a potential too, if nobody beats us to them. Okay.
Greetings. I am Benjamin Franklin. Doctors.
We're probably going to save our influence to make friends with this one. This one's not hostile, which is great. We're happy about that. We just don't want anything to ruin our fast settle plan. And having more friendlies nearby is great for that. This guy will be producing some hostile units still, but hopefully that'll get mitigated real soon here once we get enough influence together. It's going to take 13 turns basically. I'm not going to rush this one. I'm basically saving up for to get everything. One thing I will spend some influence on, I think, if Benjamin Franklin offers it, is a food treaty. Oh no, I don't know if those got patched out. I haven't been noticing the food treaties as much. It used to be a thing that you would have happen quite a bit. I'm gonna try to keep this at about an hour. That way I can go spend more time with the kids. Alright, success. We got our first settler, and we're gonna stick this one. Let's see. Basically 3 tiles out is where you can go to get your resources. So you want to try to plan your city out in a way to get those 3 tiles, and you want to try to make it to where you're capturing all the land tiles you can. You do maybe want access to a coastal tile. That way you could eventually, you know, put some boats out. I think this is our tile just because we can make the most out of some mountain adjacency. If we go here, and we're still kind of pseudo-coastal this way too. We've got access to 2 coastal tiles. Do we stop for a saw pit? Don't think so. I think we're just going to go straight for our second settler. We've just got such good land around us. This is just quite what we want to see. So we can get some food. Again, food's less important. So we're going to go ahead and take 4.5 turns worth of science at one go. So that shaved off 5 turns on our thing, which is going to get us closer to more hammers faster. So that's going to be great. It's everything we want. We'll go here and then do a super scout. You always want to move first and then do the super scout. We've got a bunch of extra things over here. Maybe we can get to those before anybody else does. We met somebody else. We're not spending any of our influence on you people. We're just scouting with this additional warrior, since this will produce some hostile units, but I think I will actually bring them back that direction. Super Scouts. So we've got our foe up here. We're going to want to try to maybe forward settle this area just to make sure he doesn't get it first. Matter of fact, I'm considering redirecting, because this area is just really good right up here. So if I can go here or here, gotta go there. That'd be really fantastic if we can grab that zone faster. We're behind in technology, it says. That's okay. We're expecting to be. What we're basically doing is we're building towards a sort of a snowball type start, where we prioritize early game growth, and then once we've got all of our little hooks in the world, all of our little towns and settlements out there, then we'll start ramping them up fast.
There is another world. He was the
Priesthood's really good. It's not good yet, though. The 2 culture on the palace is probably more important at the moment. It'll get us disciplined faster. We're going to do this one because we're already doing it anyway, and we want more influence so that we can get this other civilization under our sway too. This other independent power, I guess I'll call it. So we could do 3 hammers, which is pretty doggone good, and get us closer to getting the jade. I think that's what we want to do there. Oh, we're going to get our Pantheon. I'm going to go ahead and get Masonry too. That's going to give us +1 hammer in any of our production buildings. So even more hammers. Let's see if we can see what that's doing for us so far. I guess it's just giving us, giving us an extra hammer here, giving us an extra hammer here, and giving us an extra hammer here. We'll get an extra additional hammer once we finish Masonry 2. And then we're going to go ahead and grab discipline. First commander. Okay, so what's going to be important here? Production of clay pits, mines, and quarries. Pretty doggone good. Stone circles. We've got a lot of stone circles, not in our first city, but we're going to have a lot of them in our subsequent cities, so that's going to be really important and possibly good. I really like to get God of the Sun, because it gives you one of everything, and I think that's what I'm going to go with here, although Earth Goddess could be really nice. We've got a lot of mountains in our terrain, in our area. So Earth Goddess, we get two pantheons too, so I'm going to take Earth Goddess, and I'm going to take God of the Sun. So we're basically getting the two happiness things. This is also a good happiness one, but I don't think we actually have a lot of navigable rivers or lakes. We could build in such a way that we would get more coast tiles, but I just don't think that's I don't think that's what we're gonna do this game. I think we're going for those two, and we like that because we're maximizing our happiness output so that we can settle more cities. Keep saying the same thing over and over again. Trying to convince myself, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and do a super scout here just because we can't get any further without going around unless we spend some of our influence. So I have a choice here to either go up this way or to come around this way, and I think I'm gonna come around this way. Ooh, Benjamin Franklin's sitting right there. Gonna get our second settler here. Notice our food, like we're not growing very quickly anymore in Pataliputra. So I wonder if I should, I think I'm gonna come down here to discourage Benjamin Franklin from getting any closer. What's going on over here? Yeah. Yeah, this area is probably going to stay ours. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we have a big decision here. Do we go ahead and make another settler now?
Ego Octavianus Augustus Caesar.
Because it's going to take some time for our guys to get there. And by the time we get to the places that we're going, we probably should have another city limit thing. I think what we've got is we've got a perfect time to go ahead and stick our altar down. It's going to give us more happiness. It's going to give us just minor yields to all of our stuff. I'm putting it here so that we get a corridor, which gives us an additional science and culture. It's going to help us out. Probably make that altar and then switch back to making another settler. Man, I think somebody beat us to the goody huts. Yeah, somebody did. It's a purple one. Oh, this is bad. We're probably gonna get killed. Try going around this way. We're gonna go ahead and just run this guy as hard as we can to try and get that campfire, and then we'll heal him up. What I want to see is if this connects. Good, nobody else has come over into this area, so we're going to get to settle right where we want. Right here. I'm going to grab this cotton because that's going to be really good. Yeah, that's okay that we're trailing in civics, not a big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and leave. No, I'm not. I'm gonna put that in the capital. Can I put it in the capital? Why not? Okay. Maybe we wait till next turn. I'm not sure what it's doing. We might get killed, but that's okay if we do. Kill this a scout. See, the barbarian scouts don't do anything with the goody huts, but the other player scouts will. Ooh, we just dodged this. Your settlers don't get completely wiped out by an attack, but they can definitely get kind of close. So yeah, we're not spending any of our hard-earned influence because we really need to make friends with our team. No one else is doing so yet, so we might need to go ahead and buy ourselves a unit though, because that could be a problem. This guy here could be a real problem. So I'm going to make a sling. That's just going to allow us to fend that warrior off. Oh good, this connects. So we're going to come back and we're probably going to do a mega scout right here in 2 turns. And I'm going to go ahead and start bringing our warrior back because he's kind of too far from home anyway. We might be able to get this campfire and then heal up. Might do a super scout before we heal up. There we go, we got it. Very good. I'm going to go ahead and get the culture here because that's 4.5 turns of culture. Going to get us discipline so that we can get our commander out. Oh, I wanted to check. It says 5 happiness. Oh yeah, that +2 comes whenever we convert it into a city. So 10%. So the only place that's making buildings right now is the capital anyway. So I'm going to do the +15%. That might net us 1 hammer, you know, and that makes some difference. We'll go ahead and get the Calvin. We only have 1 city to give it to, and it's not that important because it's only +2 more food, but it'll make some difference. We should be getting a commander in here in a minute. Go ahead and go to here. And then we step here and do a super scout. If it lets us.
Do nothing which is of no use.
Alright, we got our army commander. Since we have 3 settlements now, that's actually a good question. We're getting 18 gold right now. I'm going to switch this to priesthood. And we went up 5. I was expecting 6, but that's okay. I'll take it. I was curious about whether settlements includes your cities and your towns. I wonder. Not exactly sure. We'll go ahead and get ourselves a free warrior right here. That costs us about 120 gold, I think. 100 gold. So getting it for free is pretty nice. So now we get to see our commander gaining experience, which is a good thing. I'll go for mysticism too for the extra food in our little towns. Our towns are still very small, so they're at the point where food is actually kind of a big deal still. This is a fine time to go ahead and put a sawmill in. It's only giving us 1 extra production, but it will scale with time. Yeah, so we're going to step, super scout, and then heal. Oh, we found another cairn up there. Step. Super Scout. Ooh, Benjamin Franklin is settling like crazy. So we might try to get a settler over here. Can we make that happen? I guess we would. See, this area is not actually that great a place, but maybe I can get one all the way over to here. It's not even that great as far as resources go. We might just bother. We might just not even bother with that area. Let somebody else settle there and then eventually take it over. Maybe that's the thing. So we're gonna build. We're gonna go ahead and grab this this insect because we're gonna slot that into the capital, and that's gonna give us just 1.1 extra size. That'll be more later. It'll be more important for us. We'll go ahead and take the plus 30% towards buildings. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the extra production and science on the palace. See if that actually gave us a little bit of extra boost. Yeah, it did, because we got an extra. So our resource actually did better than it's giving us like 0.3 now, when it was only giving us 0.1 before. So our slinger took a little bit of damage. That's okay. We'll come here with the warrior, and maybe we'll get to fight. No, we don't get to fight, but I'll go ahead and bring the commander with him. We don't really need to explore that area down there. Might do a super scout from right here, though, just so we do reveal it. We're almost to the point to where we can make friends with Eritine. We've already made friends with Kalchian, which is great. They're going to stop sending units to harass us. This guy came all the way from... Oh, he came from Eritine. Okay. So our scout, or our slinger is pretty hurt, so we'll just go ahead and send the warrior. We got a promotion available on the commander, so that's what we were doing this whole thing for anyway. I'm going to go ahead and grab assault. I don't plan on going military this time, but we might. Benjamin Franklin is settling like crazy, and I guarantee he's gonna be a pretty attractive target once we get further along. I'm gonna try to postpone any war until the Age of Exploration, but we'll see. We're definitely gonna heal up a little bit more. I like to run my scouts around with about 70% health, because that usually means they'll survive at least one hit. Next turn, we'll get to start making friends with Eritine.
He was the first to construct a wall.
Here we go. So now we can start loosening up with our influence, because there's no more neutral city-states to be friends with. Oh, except for this cultural one. I don't really care about Scythian Neapolis. And so I don't think I'm going to befriend these. So I may start doing research treaties with my neighbors. We'll go ahead and grab this. Can't do that. We're getting some culture. So irrigation gives us a plus settlement limit, so we're going to go ahead and go for that right now. That way we can go ahead and use this time to build another settler. Healing up our slinger. Gonna go ahead and let's heal up this warrior right here. He's gonna get plus 10 right there. There's nothing else really to do with him. I'm gonna send, it's kind of silly, but I'm gonna send the commander up this way, because I mean we're probably gonna have to kill that slinger just as best we can. I'm going to go ahead and super scout over here just because I can't explore any further anyway. It's kind of a waste of a super scout, but we're going to go ahead and just come up this way now. See if we can find... Oh, here's his capital. Okay, so I think we can get to this cairn before anybody else does. May as well try. The slinger did attack our warrior. but it's a puny guy. A slinger is usually pretty good at managing, keeping your towns and cities safe. You definitely want to have at least one in your important areas. And we're going to bring this guy too, because this slinger is going to start punching our city if we're not careful. Bring the commander up. Go ahead and heal that guy. He should finish all the way up to full health. Where we at? Okay, we got about 10 more minutes, and then we're going to call this one quits. I want to get this camels over here if I can soon. We need to prioritize. Well, actually, we can get a camels right here, so I'm going to go this way for our camels. I'm worried that this guy's going to get killed, so I'm just going to bring him into the city area to heal up. I'm going to start off by moving this guy over here. I don't know that we might just make another one here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just make one here. I do want to start making my production buildings in my towns, but I don't like how much aggression I'm seeing over here. And then it's never going to be a bad idea to have some stuff here also in case Benjamin Franklin starts to become annoying. So we're going to go ahead and get extra food in the settlements. They'll grow a little bit faster. We're going to get our influence up. That's going to allow us to... So I do think we want to try to be friends with Benjamin Franklin for now. We'll do open borders and we'll do local festival to gain extra happiness. Tactics. I think I'm going code of laws to get some merchants out. With the camels that we have, we're going to be able to make up use of extra resources that we can get through trade. It's going to help a lot. We've got access to 2 sets of camels. We've got the one over here. Oh, actually, I don't think we can get this one. But we definitely get this one next time we grow. I think I'm going to go ahead and get this wine. Wine's a global resource. It's going to give us +2 happiness in the capital, if I remember right. And then extra culture whenever we're in a celebration. So lots of happiness for the capital. Good things. We made a settler. Do we want to make another one? I don't think so. I think we're just going to go ahead and grab our monument now. This is a great time to build it. Go ahead and shoot at the slinger. I'm going to have this guy wait and heal up. He'll probably take a little bit of damage. Yeah, we've got some issues with barbarians down here. These are from our team, and in 11 turns they'll go friendly, but right now they're not friendly. And that's a potential problem. So do I march all the way up here? Silk is pretty good. I think I do. I think I want to march all the way up here because this area right here is basically mine. No one should be putting stuff over there because they're going to have to walk through all of my territory first. So that's my low priority settle area. Even if it's got some really good stuff in it, I should be able to get this area with relatively little competition. Here's another economic city-state. I do think I need to save my influence now to get that, to befriend that one as well. We took some damage over here. I gotta get this guy out of harm's way. Gonna step and shoot. Notice our commander's not getting any experience there. Sheesh. None of these are particularly good right now. I think I'm just going to get the jade for later. I wonder. I guess I can sub out the food. Oh, wait a minute. No, I know what I can do. This can go to the town, and then this can go right here. So we get a little bit of gold bonus to the capital that way. And we're still using the food, we're just using it in a different city, in a town. Slinger. I think we got the thing up here. I think the purple guy beat us to it again. We'll go ahead and step and super scout. At this point, we're not looking to ever go up into that area, like to expand and stuff, but it's still good information to have for later. I don't care about being friends with people, especially people that are very, very far away. Kill us a slinger. We'll leave this guy on this side of the river just in case anything pokes its head out. Oh my goodness. We gotta put him back there. I'm gonna go ahead and send this guy over here because we gotta deal with that. We got some more gold, that's great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put a production building down in here. We'll do a brickyard. Right there. This settler's basically dead. We might get lucky and the slinger could have a different target, but I think it's toast. Which is, I mean, that's fine. We've gotten our use out of them. Out of all of our scouts. Good use, good use. We'll go ahead and make the granary here, not for the food, but for the extra culture and knowledge. Science. That's what you call that. I mean, the food's not nothing. It's just not really what you're there for. Hopefully our team becomes friendly here. Stops being a pain. When we're in the city, it's safe to go ahead and keep shooting. We're not going to be doing a heck of a lot of damage, but we're going to keep him from bringing down Kasambi and taking it. Hopefully. I'm not 100% on that. Camel's super important right now. We can go ahead and throw... So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Kaolin out, throw the camels in, and then look at that. Gives us a few more spots. And put the Kaolin back. We also gain a milestone there. That's great. That's one of the things you're going to be wanting to do as you go. Once the age ends, you get a bunch of bonuses that you can add to your civilization when you've successfully done these things along the way. They're very important, and you should kind of have them in the back of your head the whole time you're playing. So we can try to get to where we can get this silk, and I think that's going to be a good idea. Alright, we'll get rid of this slinger here, heal up. Bring this guy back down. I think we've repelled any barbarians, any would-be barbarians here. Just this area here that we gotta worry about down near Kasambi. Hopefully he'll start attacking the city there and just grind himself. I'm gonna go ahead and attack the slinger now. I'm more worried about what that's gonna do to my overall city health. Go ahead and do a move and super scout. Ooh, there's our hostile city state that's pumping out all these military units. Nothing better to do with this guy other than heal up the rest of the way. I'm gonna just come down here to try and shoot at things, get more experience on our commander.
The essence of all being.
Well, that's unfortunate. That warrior's gonna be a thorn in our side as far as getting our settlement over there. Gain a scientific attribute point. That'll get us a little bit more science, 10% more science. Yeah, there we go. It'll be more once we start building our city halls out. So now seems like a good time to go ahead and grab a writing. We're going to need libraries to store our codexes. We got nothing really exciting here. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Hanging Gardens. In this game, at least at this difficulty, you can pretty much make any wonders you want. So we'll go for the food and the culture. It's going to help the growth of all of our settlements. Definitely want to make friends with these guys if we can. There we go, we got rid of the slinger at least. Now we can start whittling. Hopefully this guy will just start attacking my city. Or not. He just ran away. That's good. That's good. That's even better. I'll take that. Stop being a nuisance. Alright, our settler is going on autopilot. Which is okay. I took him off the autopilot though so that we can kind of escort him safely to the lands that he needs to go to. Oh no, we got an archer now. I just found out earlier how to upgrade your units. It actually nests it under this panel once you have the ability. We don't have archer technology yet, so we can't do it in this game. In my other primary game, I just figured out how to do that, and I was just like, oh my gosh, and I just spent a turn upgrading my entire army because I was making a ridiculous amount of money. Go ahead and make a saw pit. You're going to be spending your gold to make these buildings and things, but what's going to happen is the extra hammers they produce are going to go straight back to your treasury. So it's worth it. Basically, it's going to take about 11 turns, and then I'm going to have paid... Well, no, it's not going to 11. I guess it's more like... If it's giving me 3 gold per turn, and I got to pay for 200, let's say 210. It's actually 220, but 210, it's going to be like 70 turns. That's a long time. I may need to reconsider that math. And whether it's worth it to buy those buildings or not. I mean, the city's going to be growing as you do the thing also. So this right here, Lapis Lazuli, provides port production and plus 5% gold, and this is a capital resource that you get in your capital. That's one of the reasons why you want to befriend those economic city-states, is they'll give you a copy of that, and that's just fantastic. The 5% gold is small, but when you're adding it to the other things that you're getting bonuses for, it's really helpful. We're just going to get the culture here. And building a building, no, it's a wonder, so we're going to take the food. Then we'll go ahead and, since we're building a wonder, let's get an extra hammer to that wonder. Alright, where are we putting this city again? We're trying to go right there. Of course, there's bad guys there. Well, it's going on there. I will not let me put it there. We'll get our silk now. That's going to give us another resource to slot into the capital. It gives us plus 10% culture. That's worth about 0.7. So almost one whole culture from that. Oh, dang it. We've got enough influence to do the thing. Did somebody clear them out? It looked like somebody cleared out one of them. Oh no, it's just, there's another one over there. There's this one, Seleucia. So we're going to go ahead and befriend this one. And then we'll start saving influence to befriend Seleucids too. Weird, it won't let me attack from this tile to that tile. I'd say that's a little weird some of the time here, that there's like weird barriers on certain tiles. I'm not entirely certain what's going on with that. Our team is our friend now, so we don't have to worry about them harrying us. We're not suzerains yet, but
an eye for an eye,
we
a tooth for a tooth.
Turn if we slot it in. Let's go ahead and remove the food and get the extra influence. Yeah, I think that's good. That way we can befriend that other economic city-state faster. So now we're going to go ahead and grab this Kathleen with me as well. Go for our happiness buildings now. Take me there. So we can start making some trade units. Let's go for this camel. Go to Argos. The extra camel's gonna be important for slotting in tons of stuff to our capital. That does mean I want to spend some influence to improve trade relations with him, because we want to do more trading with him, and we do want to be friends with him if we can too. This is our least important resource at the moment. We need to go ahead and get some more stuff happening. This other city needs, or this other town needs to be plopped down. Can do it next turn. Okay, fantastic. We're going to heal. Let's back our units back up here. We don't need that. I think Ujjaini is going to be a place to gather our forces. I think if we're going to get attacked from anywhere, it's probably going to be there. I do think we need to really start making overtures to be Benjamin Franklin's friend, though. We don't want our relationship to go sour with him. Elephant's not really a good resource. But the Kelly would probably be useful, so we'll build that direction. Gonna just heal these guys up. Park you and Ujjaini.
The spoken word conquers all thought, but the written word...
I'm going to take the signs here. I'm just not keen on what culture is really doing for us at the moment. We don't care about being better friends with her, so we'll go ahead and do the base, except it doesn't cost us anything. We don't have something to really put codexes in at the moment, so I think what we do, we go for this. It'll give us a small happiness improvement, and it's just okay. I think we're going to go ahead and call this video quits here. So we're successful. We've been able to settle to our settlement limit. We've got a couple of areas that we've kind of penned in here that I think we are going to go ahead and grab. We're going to put a city here, and then we're going to try to put a city up here. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think right here. Just to capture these resources and get the camels to really supercharge our capital. We'll probably get a city up here somewhere as well. Either that or we'll just absorb New Kuleka at some point. That's probably what's going to happen, actually. So hopefully that works out really well. Thank you for joining me. I'm Kurt the Streamer. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like what's happening. If you don't like what's happening, or if you have tips for me, let me know.